Hello, hello. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet today. Thursday, and we had Jerome Powell speaking around 1:30 p.m. UK time, so I think that's half nine, half eight even. And yeah, so traded above previous daily high on a 15 minute and just reset the chart here. Didn't quite get an inverse here. Sort of just had accumulation and just dumped down after yesterday's move up. We've traded back down into this imbalance here. This is acting as current point of interest on the Nasdaq, but on the S&P, I was having a look. I didn't take this trade just because it wasn't how I would like it to play out. I was just drawing this out. As I mentioned yesterday, we had the relative equal lows created right before the AM session started, in between 6 a.m. and 9:30 New York. That would have been the drawn liquidity. If you were to take, well, if I was to take this in line with the model, it wasn't like massively clear. The inverse wasn't how I would like it. So maybe that's something for me to look at. I think on the 30-minute, yeah, it wasn't massively amazing. And it's more on the 15-minute. I suppose that's we zoom in a bit, I suppose that's an inverse fair value gap there, isn't it? Price did come back up and tap the inverse. So we got this in the 15-minute. Just mark that as an inverse. Yeah, I wasn't really watching the charts today at all. And on the 30-minute, we did get like a breaker structure, but it wasn't until, like this candle here, we could say this. I know there was probably one a bit higher up, and so that would go like that. And then from that breaker structure, I think it was a 5-minute fair value gap that formed. It was kind of around the same point. You got 1, 2 downward candles there, and then retrace back up into that, maybe on the 1 minute around that time, and just zoom out a bit. Let's have a look here. So I think it might have been a 1-minute entry that I was looking at. Fucking hell, I zoomed out loads, mate. It's a problem with doing these reviews a bit later in the day. So, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Trade back up into this tiny volume imbalance in between the two wicks and the 1 minute. That could act as an entry there. Just right on the bottom of that. Put that on a 3-minute chart. 1, 2, 3, 4 candles on a 3-minute. And yeah, I think that might actually be the, what's it called? Equilibrium of this range. Yeah, so price trades back up into the equilibrium of this range, taps it, and then drops back down again. And then from here, like this was very early in the day. This was even like last night. And yeah, it does eventually come back in the London session. Do we create equal highs there? Yeah, so we create equal highs here, trade down into the London session, don't fully sweep that, and we've still got PM lows that are not taken. Price then trades up back into this inverse, and from here just drops off the planet. And then we see price just absolutely dump coming up to 10:45. Slight retracement around 11 o'clock. Further push down, and I was looking at this for like another potential entry that you could take. Use this high here, as it seems pretty protected. Doesn't really look massively like price is going to continue back up, purely because after we see this move down, we get the retracement, and then like another just like aggressive drop. So it just does look a bit bearish when you're looking at this, taking into consideration the relative equal lows that I mentioned. So this could act as your draw on liquidity, especially since we hadn't actually taken it at 10.45, and then price does eventually trade down into that perfectly, with the bodies of the candles lining up pretty much bang on. And yeah, so in the PM session we sort of consolidated a little bit. Not much going on, it's trading up at the moment, but yeah, so that was the S&P today. Like I say, no trades. Still not really liking the price action at the moment, and I think it's because of the government shutdowns. It's not amazing. There are setups, but in terms of my model, like you look at that on a 1 hour chart, it's not perfect. It's not something I would be comfortable getting in at this point in time. But yeah, on the Nasdaq, it's been a bit more held up, like I was, because we got the S&T down here where the lows were swept yesterday. This isn't acting as much of a draw, and that is one of the reasons why prices only come down into this imbalance here. So yeah, I think it's just a Thursday reversal or Thursday retracement. You know, we've had quite a bullish week. We look back to Monday. So look here, Monday. You know, start the week off. Tuesday trade up, drop down into the weekly opening gap, and then Wednesday expansion, Thursday reversal / retracement, and then Friday we'll just have to see what happens. I'm not going to trade tomorrow, just because, you know, price action hasn't been ideal. There has been, the main takeaway is there has been setups that I can take, but the only one that's aligned with my model has been this one last Wednesday, and that hit take profit. And then the day before that we got battered like 3 times by the market in a row. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this position plays out. Maybe going into the Asia session, we come down, take previous daily low, and that might present an opportunity possibly in the London session if we come down a bit more, perhaps into this 1 hour imbalance down here. Not massively likely, but there is still possibility, you know. Well, the wicks of the candles on the 4 hour seem to have covered that. So maybe just a sweep here, and then perhaps a little consolidation. But yeah, we'll have to see how we go. And with that being said, I will catch you tomorrow.